After many years of lifting and a lot of neglecting of rotator cuff work, this is something that happens because the supraspinatus tendon as well as the subacromial bursa are just essentially being rubbed together and nothing is working properly. So a lot of the times this can cause inflammation, tears, and strains, and oftentimes you feel it deep within the shoulder, it runs down the biceps, and that's why you're experiencing the pain, but here's how to fix it.
So before we show you the things that you're gonna wanna do to avoid all this pain, we're gonna actually check to see how you know if you do have shoulder impingement. The first one is called painful arc, as you can see on the screen here. And then the next test here is gonna be called the Hawkins-Kennedy test. You're gonna bring your arms bent to 90 degrees of shoulder flexion in front of you. But not least, this is called Near's test. You're gonna wanna raise your arm right out in front of you, thumb pointing downwards, and you may have shoulder impingement. This is the short-term one. You're gonna wanna do 5 to 6 reps against the wall. Once you get to the level of your shoulders, as you raise the elbows up and they come off the wall, you're gonna almost bring them together to try to further externally rotate the arm, as you guys can see on the screen here. By doing this, simply put, you're gonna be temporarily activating the rotator cuff, allowing you to reposition the head of the humerus to where it should be, therefore clearing more room to allow you to raise your arm above your head without any kind of pinching. Our goal here is to release the tight muscles. If your posture is not ideal, then your shoulder is gonna be in a suboptimal position, which is gonna actually lead to higher risk of shoulder impingement. And we have a bunch of different groups that you're gonna be trying to aim to really release and work on the screen right here. Here is to keep the shoulder as mobile as possible. On the screen here, you see me doing the pendulum. You're gonna lean over to allow your arm to dangle underneath you, use the momentum of your arm and swing from side to side, forwards, backwards, circles, and you can do 10 repetitions each. Next up, we've got forward leans. This is fairly simple. Just place your hand on the back of a chair, lean forward as you bring your arm in an upwards direction, and do this as much as you can without reproducing any pain, and you can repeat 20 times or just hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Keep your elbows in contact with the side of your body and proceed to rotate your arms outwards and inwards and allow the shoulder to move as much as you can once again.
So first off, I'm doing external rotations with the band. As you can see, I'm nice and postured, I'm squeezing my abs, I have that elbow nice and tight, and you want to do it with control throughout the movement. You don't want to be jerking and just throwing your arm around. Now you can do this also internally. As you can see, I'm doing internal rotation here, working at the opposite effect. Furthermore to that, some other great movements, as you can see, which I'll demonstrate now on screen. Our shoulder dislocation, so you're gonna start with them in front of you, you're gonna come up overhead, try to spread it, come all the way back to your back. Once again, come up and spread. This is a little more advanced if you have serious shoulder injuries.
This is called the external rotation, and this is to make sure you don't aggravate the inflammation in your shoulder. It involves strengthening your shoulder muscles without moving. Keep your elbows tucked into the side of your body, pull the resistance band away from your body, and you're gonna hold this position for 30 seconds, do it 3 times. Next up, we're focusing on anti-impingement training. Guys, if the shoulder bone is not centered in the shoulder joint, it can often move in an upwards position, and this can lead to the impingement of the structures in the subacromial space. So that's why we want to really focus on humeral head depression here. As you guys can see on the screen, basically you're going to just set up a resistance band high up. You can do it in a doorway, whatever works best for you. Hold at the bottom for 3 to 5 seconds, keep constant tension, and do this 10 to 30 times for 3 sets. Okay, so next up, we're gonna move right into the adduction, and similar, it's just gonna be placed up above head. Hold it for 3 to 5 seconds down at the bottom. Next up, we're moving into exercises where we're working against gravity. So we're starting off with the flexion. You're gonna wanna stand on the resistance band this time, aim to pull the resistance band upwards to shoulder height, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, return slowly down. We're moving right over into abduction. Similar, once again, you're standing on the resistance bands, you're pulling it to the side. Then you're always, for every one of these exercises, keeping constant tension throughout. And once again, 10 to 30 times, perform 3 sets of these, and you guys.
Shoulder and the knee are 2 very sensitive issues in weightlifting, and if they blow out, you're gonna be really in the rabbit hole for some serious damage. So definitely think with foresight, be intelligent, do these with control.